Hello to everyone and welcome to another update on the market. For today, I decided to cover Euro versus US dollar. I will speak about the gold market, crude oil and Bitcoin versus US dollar. I will start with the Euro versus US dollar first, and this is something that I also covered in my previous session and previous updates. So we can see here that we have the supply in control. We have the lower highs and lower lows, the series of the lower highs and lower lows. Also, we had a breakout in the background and the rising trend line, and also the support horizontal around 1.0825. And at this point, the likely scenario is that we have potential retest of 1.0750, which is the previous swing high, and there is also a chance for the further bigger downside movement towards the 1.0670 or even 1.0620, 630 mark. Potential retest of this rising trend line. So there is this big gap still between the price and this rising trend line in the previous area of consolidation. Now that's the most likely scenario, but for the upside, I would like to see the market to really go higher, bid aggressively, towards 1.0835, eventually hold above this level, and that will be a good sign for retest of 1.0907 mark or even higher. But just in case, so that strong impulsive move higher and hold above this 1.0825. Now, speaking of the gold market, we spotted this a couple of days ago, this big reversal, the key multi-year resistance 2070 market spiked and had a buying climax above this level and then strong rejection from sellers. We can see at this point that market reacted of this previous swing low, and now we can see that market is developing some form of the range environment where we have the low at 2010 and high around 2038. In the background, we also have the broken rising trend line, and from my perspective, the scenario for the upside will be if the market can let's say rally aggressively into the 2050 to 55 and then hold above. Then there is a chance for the for example, retest of 2090 or even 2100 mark. But at this point, if the market can take the previous low at 2010 and hold below, this will be a good sign for the further downside development towards the 1990 mark or even 1967 mark. So far, sellers are in control, and only in the case of a strong aggressive impulsive move to the upside and hold above, this can be a scenario for the upside. Crude oil, we can see that market is actually revisited the level that we spoke in the previous forecasts. So after the fake breakout of this triangle and then consolidation and downside, we got our downside objective around 72.45 level. At this point, we can see that market is doing this tight triangle. And then in case of the breakout of the 72 mark and hold below, there is a chance for the next pivot point, which is around 69.95, or let's say around the 70 level. In case of the rejection, we have the previous swing lows in the area where we got this some reaction from buyers at this point. So if the market can break here and hold above, then there is a chance for rotation back to 74.25 or even 74.85. And speaking of the Bitcoin versus US dollar, this is something that I said yesterday. If we can retake the pin bar, so market was building higher, there was a higher low, so market did break this pin bar, and there was this rally towards the 45,000 mark. Now, if we go to the daily time frame, we can see that area we spoke yesterday, we are very close to 45,500, and then we have some swing high around 48,000. At this point, if we go to the daily time frame, we got some pin bar, so we got some aggressive selling came from the upside, and market is trading quite a distance compared to the rising trend lines that we have in the background. So at this point, the buyers are in control, but in this stage where there is a potential for more pullback before potential upside movement. So if we can retake the 45,000 mark and hold above, then there is a chance for, let's say, even 46,000 to be on the test. In case of the bigger drop, just in case the market can break this rising trend line and hold below, then there is a chance for the downside rotation back towards 40,000 or even 37,600 mark. That will be everything for this update. Hope that you did enjoy, guys. Have a good trading day and speak to you from tomorrow morning.